We've got one eye on the fact that tomorrow is the 31st of December, which means just as it hits midnight, Happy New Year. And what are your plans and celebrations for tomorrow? A quiet one, or maybe a party? Are you going if you want to do a bit yourself, I've got some top tips for you. In fact, no, I've not got top tips for you. Liz Taylor has got some top tips. A party planner extraordinaire to the stars with over 30 years experience. I know, Liz, that right now you aren't seeing the sort of grey skies I'm seeing here in Media City. Where do we find you?
I'm in Barbados.
Oh, and how is it?
It's very hot, and I'm just looking at the sea. And I'm here to do the entertainment at Lone Star on New Year's Eve, which we do it's our 6th year. So I have the Swan Band here, and it's. I'm sorry if you can hear background noise, but yes. But you know, I've got some really good top tips for the listeners. If they can't get to Barbados, for me, it's all about how you do it, Joe. It's not about what you do. So if you're going to serve, everyone likes a cocktail, everyone likes a good music. Spotify is brilliant, and you should download your New Year's Eve party set so that you cover all the genres and everyone that's going. If you're having it at home, you know, all the people that are coming. There's nothing better than walking in and tapping your toe. And one of my secrets is keep empty soup cans. I know it sounds a bit outrageous, but wash them out and put your cocktails in a soup can or in a milk bottle with some fun straws. And if you're having it at home, just say, you know, welcome to our home or Happy New Year from the Smiths or whatever, and get the kids involved and let them make labels and make it a whole family affair thing. And I'm not a cook. I do not cook. I either get someone else to do it, or I go to the supermarket and I get little rolls and I cut them up and I put small sausages in. And there's so many effective ways. But rather than serve it on a tray, go and get, I would say to you here, because I'm looking at the sea, go and get a big shell and put them all in a shell and leave them on the side table. It's you eat and you party with your eyes. And that's really been my mantra for the last 30 years.
Brilliant. And in terms of guests when they come in and how to make them feel welcomed, and do you need to plan stuff like a little itinerary, or is it just about letting the night flow?
I think you let the night flow, and I think the way you present, you know, you meet them at the door, and also switch the lights off. Go and get some fairy lights. Go and get some battery-operated lights. Make it sort of a bit sexy and create a bit of ambience. And, you know, you walk in, you grab your soup can, which has got your drink in, and it doesn't have to be expensive. You know, there's some great Prosecco's, add some colouring, some Kier, some orange, and beers for the guys. Give a guy a beer and he's happy. And it just flows, and the music builds up throughout the night, and I guarantee you no one will want to go home.
What about food then? Do we just get some basic stuff, or is there a way to sort of spice up what we give to people? We know that everyone's got little different tastes here and there, but you want to make sure you cater to all.
Absolutely, and as I said earlier, you know, it's all about how it's presenting it. So I think, and also you need to give them something substantial, because if people are having a drink, you know, you don't want them to keel over. So some of the supermarkets do absolutely brilliant tiny pies, tiny Yorkshire puddings. And if you don't want to spend that sort of money, then do it yourself. Get tiny little bread rolls, minute ones. Get a burger, cut it into 4, stack it with a gherkin, stack it with a tomato, stick a pin in it, and serve them to the guests. It's a little bit of extra work, but it's fun. And do the burger on a wooden platter, or go and get some coloured plates, some disposable coloured plates. But don't just put stuff on a white plate on a table. It's all about how it's delivered. And you can be really clever. You know, smoked salmon, which is a favourite. I know it's expensive, but it can go a long way if you're clever with it, on a little bellini. Please don't ask me to come do it myself, because I can't do any of this, but I actually know. But I've got people that can. But yeah, I mean, it's all about the way you deliver it. And I hope that that these tips have given people inspiration that they don't have to stand in the kitchen all night.
And with the final question about your busy New Year's Eve, are you just full on now between now and the countdown?
Well, we've been very lucky because coming out of lockdown was a real challenge for us. But we're back up there now on top, and we do this every year. So yes, we've got 2 or 3 events going on, small events. We don't often do a lot over New Year's Eve unless someone decides to get married, which is the worst day because everything is double the price. But for me, I'm at Lone Star and I'm with my band and I'm singing the New Year over here, and then I'm back on the 2nd for 2 parties I've got on the 4th. So it's a busy time and I'm really, really grateful, thankful and excited. Yeah, I've got a good 2025 coming.
Well, thank you for spending a little bit of your 2024, what's left of it, with us here on Radio Manchester. Liz Taylor there, party planner extraordinaire. Any tips and advice that you enjoyed there, yeah? Is that how you're going to approach bringing in the new year? I'll tell you a little bit about my new year after we get some tunes away.